Everyone knows that Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1942. What most people don't know is very early in that same century, the Chinese navigator Zheng He explored all throughout the world. Look at the difference in the size of the Santa Maria versus one of Zheng He's massive ships. It took 9 whole forests to build his huge fleet of ships, and each ship required 9 masts. Count for yourself. The goal of these voyages was to show China's dominance and acquire things to bring back to China, such as a giraffe for the Imperial Zoo. So then why is it that China was so powerful in the 15th century, but when the 17th century rolled around, Europe was on top? Well, in the 15th century, China had a new ruler who didn't like the exploration of Zheng He. He banned the use of any large ships, and thus China turned inwards. When China turned inwards, that left the waterways of Earth open for Europe's exploration. Also, because of the agricultural base that China now had, most of the population were farmers, and there were no need for inventors. When Europe brought a clock to China, China saw no use for it and shrugged off that great invention. Eventually, Europe moved ahead of the rest of the world and brought Earth into the modern era. Because of Europe's huge impact on the world, it is hard to differentiate Western things from modern things. After all, Christmas is the most celebrated holiday in the world, which is derived from Europe. Valentine's Day, which is named after a Christian saint, is becoming very popular in India. Suits are standard for a businessman anywhere in the world. Jeans, originally made for miners in California, are now a huge fashion throughout the world. So what is the difference between modern and Western? Well, Zachariah states it very well in chapter 3. Western things are the separation of the church and state and the setup of our government. Another thing that is Western, that is spread to almost everywhere in the globe, is the English language. It is used by 1/4 of Earth's population, which allows for easy communication. Modern things are having up-to-date technology and information. What is disappearing is unique culture and tradition because of propaganda in the media. Most of the things that seem Western are because, quote, America, the country that invented mass capitalism and consumerism, got there first, quote. One country that retained its tradition while advancing was Japan. Japan is a modern country, but isn't exactly Western. They have the same kinds of building technology that the West has, but they retain their own unique culture.